Good morning, everyone. So, welcome back. We learned how to find the circumference of a circle. So today we are going to be working on finding the area of a circle. So I hope you're excited. I hope you're pumped. I hope you notice, yes, that's right, the door in the back, the side door I have in my room is closed. Hopefully my mom missed the last episode when it was open, but it's closed now, so we're all good. Very excited. I know from on Zoom and I know from emails, a lot of people were having trouble. Remember, a radius is when you have half the line. A diameter is when you have the whole line. A radius is when you have half, and a diameter is when you have the whole. In none of our formulas are you ever going to need a diameter. You always need the radius. So I want to go over a few examples right now for you. So when we're looking at this, if I show a picture, and I have a half of a line that is 14, okay, that means my radius equals 14, and my diameter would equal 14 times 2, which is 28. So when they give me a half a line, that gives me my radius, I got to times it by 2. If they give me the whole line, and I said this was like 36, right? Now I know I need my radius and my diameter. Since they gave me my whole line, my diameter is already given to me. It is 36. Now, how do I find my radius? I'm going to take my diameter and divide it by 2 and get 18. So anytime you see a picture with a long line, automatically divide the whole line by 2 so you get the right number for the radius. Okay, I wish we had more time. I wish I was in class. I wish I was in there to teach you that, but I'm not. So we just have to really remember, if they give us half a line, yes, we got all the information we need. If they give us the whole line or diameter, we have to divide by 2. Okay, so what does that leave us? That leads us to how do we find the area of a circle. Remember, when we're talking about area, it's the amount of space that's in the shape. Amount of space that's in the shape. I know you thought I was done singing that song, but I'm not. It's the amount of space that's in the shape. The amount of space that's in the shape. And this is our formula. Our formula this time is pi r squared. Pi r squared. Now, what does r squared mean? Well, I've broken that down for you. And r squared really means r times r. So if we break it down, we would do pi times r times r. And what is pi? Pi, yes, pi is always 3.14. Pi is always 3.14. That hasn't changed from Tuesday. It hasn't changed to today. It's Thursday you're watching this. It won't change in a week or a year. Pi we're always going to use as 3.14. So this is the formula you have to use. Pi r squared, which is the same as pi times r, which is the same as 3.14 times r. Good. I hope you're thinking to yourself, this isn't too difficult, Mr. Shulman. I can do this. But even if you think you can, let's do some examples. So, as always, I got 2 examples where I did the work all for you. Then we'll work on some more together. Okay, so the first problem was find the area. And they gave us a circle with a half line, which is a radius. And that radius was 16 centimeters. Okay, so I just simply do exactly what I told you. What is the area of a formula? I had it on this other sign right here. Write it down. It's always the same. Pi r squared, which means area equals pi times r times r. You guys are so lucky you're not at school. you would have had to do this like 30 times. You would have had to write pi r squared, pi times r, and I would have said, erase. I would have said, do it again. Pi r squared, pi times r, and I would have said, erase. And I would have said, do it again. But you get it, because you're used to me. You had me for a year. So we would have done that. So that goes to 3.14 times r. Since I already have half a line, I know that's my r, which leaves me with 3.14 times 16 times 16. Put that in your calculator. 3.14 times 16 times 16. Real simple. Don't make it hard. Don't make it difficult. And you would get 803.84 centimeters squared. Yes, that's right. We have to remember, anytime you find the area, you're going to square the ending point. 803.84 centimeters squared. Don't forget to label correctly. So those problems are kind of easier for most of you. Where we have some trouble, again, is when I give you the whole line. So what I would do, whenever I see a picture with a whole line, I would automatically take that whole line, I would divide it by 2. 24 divided by 2 is 12, and I'm going to know that is how I find my radius. Now, once I've done that, I have area equals pi r squared, which is area pi times r. Remember, that's what it means. So r squared means r times r, which means we know pi is 3.14. So we have 3.14 times r, leaving us with 3.14 times 12 times 12. Remember, I have to have the radius. I divide it by 2. Area equals 452.16 centimeters squared. Okay, so those are the 2 examples that I did, and I showed them to you. It's all on the board, nice and neat. Now I'm going to do 2 more real quickly for you, and we're going to start from the beginning, though, on these. Here is my picture. I want you to find the area. Okay, what do we do first? Well, I don't know, Mr. Shulman. What should we do first? Why are you asking me what we should do first? If I knew what to do, would I be asking you guys? So think about it. I heard it. You're right. Go to our notes. And in our notes, or in the video, I gave you the formula. Let me make sure you guys see it. Right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write area equals pi r squared. And then I'm going to write area equals pi times r. Since it means the same thing, it's just easier. Which means area equals 3.14 times 14 times 14. Again, how did I get the 14 for my r? That's right. It's a half a line, so that's my r. Sweet. I'm so glad. So when I put this in my calculator, I get area equals 615.44. Now, this should have been something like inches. I forgot that, so I'm going to write inches squared as my answer. So as you see, start with the formula. What does the formula mean? What does pi mean? Look at the picture. Fill it in. Use your calculator. And it's done. I know. You're like, oh my gosh, Mr. Shulman, this is so easy. We don't need you. Well, that was kind of rude. Okay. So, these are the hard ones. I know. First thing. Uh-oh. Ding dong. There's the whole line. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to divide by 2. I'm going to put in my calculator. 38 divided by 2 is 19. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to go to the same steps. Area equals pi r squared. Area equals pi times r. which means the area equals 3.14 times. That's right. I heard you, but I want you to answer it. It's my 19 times 19. Remember, because they gave me the whole line, I divided it by 2 and got my R. Put that into your calculator. You get 1,133.54. Let's just say I had labeled this as meters. Meters squared. All right. All right. I hope you get this. Pi r squared. Pi times r times r. Pi is always 3.14. Find the r. If it's a half a line, you got it. If it's the whole line, divide by 2. Tomorrow for your quiz, I'm going to give you 2 circles. And in that circle, I'm going to say find the circumference and area, and find the circumference and area. So you're going to have to know both formulas. Have a good one. See you later on Zoom. Bye.